And then I make this here. Yep. And then you're going to pause it.
It's telling you that it's being recorded, so you can just hit pound for got it. Mike, are you ready? We're going to get started. I'd like to call the Borough of Beach Haven Council meeting or October 24th at 4 p.m. to order. We're going to do the flag salute. I'll lead the flag salute. I don't have anything else.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Pursuant to the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act, adequate and electronic notice of this meeting has been provided by posting on the bulletin board in the Beach Haven Municipal Building and on the borough website and mailing the same to the Beach Haven Times, the Asbury Park Press, and the Press of Atlantic City. Mrs. Ball-Miller?
Here.
Ms. Lambert?
Here.
Mr. McCaffrey?
Here.
Ms. Snyder? Mayor Davis? I have minutes for approval without formal reading. September 9th regular meeting, the September 26th agenda meeting, October 15th capital workshop meeting, and October 15th regular meeting. Has everyone had a chance to review the minutes?
Yep.
Do I have a motion?
Did you get a chance to, the one thing I mentioned to you?
Yeah, I'm not sure how you want to handle that. I mean, I do recall discussing the grant, that it could be funded by a grant. Either way, it will be funded. So okay. I'm not sure how you want to insert that.
As long as it's going to be funded. That's
okay.
Fine. Thank you.
Sure.
Motion to approve.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Ordinance 2024-38, bond ordinance authorizing various capital improvements and acquisitions in and for the Borough of Beach Haven, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, appropriating $1,653,000, therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $1,252,000 bonds or notes to finance part of the cost thereof. First reading. Would you like me to go through the final list?
Sure.
Okay. So the final list, the NJDOT Road Improvement Project, Glendola and Essex Avenue, $500,000. We did receive $336,950 in grants that will offset that. Ocean County Schedule C Road Improvements, $75,000. Refurbishment of a trash truck, $50,000. Acquisition of a two-wheel drive pickup for the Department of Public Works, $50,000. Acquisition of skid steer loader for Public Works, $50,000. Park improvements, $50,000. Acquisition and installation of playground equipment upgrades at Nelson Park, $250,000. Improvements and upgrades to Borough Hall, $30,000. Improvements to the Beach Haven Library, including upgrades to HVAC, $120,000. Installation of breakwater at Dock Road, $50,000. Acquisition of police equipment, $20,000. Acquisition of beach equipment, including Moby mats, beach patrol, lifeguard rescue equipment, $84,000. Improvements and upgrades to the beach patrol headquarters, Center Street, $15,000. And the second installment of our share of a fire pump truck, $100,000. And upgrades and replacement of various traffic signals, $209,000, with a total of $1,653,000. Any questions on that?
Thank you.
Because it's first reading, there is no public comment. Do I have a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you.
Second.
Mrs. Ball-Miller?
Yes.
Ms. Lambert?
Yes.
Mr. McCaffrey?
Yes.
Kitty, did you, I see that you're on the meeting as well. Can you unmute her?
She did a thumbs up.
All right. Are you a yes?
Yep.
Thank you. Ordinance 2024-39, bond ordinance authorizing various sewer system improvements by the sewer utility in and for the Borough of Beach Haven in the County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, appropriating $985,000 therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $985,000 bonds or notes to finance part of the cost thereof. This includes $950,000 for sewer main and lateral pipe replacement throughout the borough, including along Amber Street and Bay Avenue, and $35,000 for continued street overlay areas affected by the main and lateral pipe replacement, for a total of $985,000. This is a first reading, so there is no comment from the public. Do I have a motion on ordinance 39?
So
Motion to approve?
second.
Thank you. Mrs. Ballmiller?
Yes.
Ms. Lambert?
Yes.
Mr. McCaffrey?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Ordinance 2024-40, bond ordinance authorizing various water system improvements by the water utility in and for the Borough of Beach Haven in the County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, appropriating $2,435,000, therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $2,435,000 bonds or notes to finance part of the cost thereof. This includes $2,400,000 for water main and lateral pipe replacement throughout the borough, including along Bay Avenue and Amber Street. Also included another $35,000 for street overlays for areas affected by main and lateral pipe replacement. It is first reading, so there is no public comment. Do I have a motion for ordinance 40?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Mrs. Ballmiller?
Yes.
Ms. Lambert?
Yes.
Mr. McCaffrey?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Ordinance 2024-41, amendment to bond ordinance number 2022-25, finally adopted by the Borough of Beach Haven in the County of Ocean, State of New Jersey on November 14th, 2022, to increase the appropriation therein by $2,600,000 and authorizing the issuance of $2,475,000 additional bonds or notes to finance part of the cost thereof. First reading. So this is an additional appropriation on top of the original $3 million for the EOC repairs, bringing the maximum estimated project cost to $5,600,000. This is first reading. There is no public comment. Do I have a motion on ordinance 41?
Motion to approve 41?
I'll second.
Mrs. Ballmiller?
Yes.
Ms. Lambert?
Yes.
Mr. McCaffrey?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Ordinance 2024-42. This is the 2024 salary ordinance. We usually do it earlier in the year. It was prepared, and I failed to put it on the agenda. So here it is. Every year we are required to adopt the ranges for all of our positions, the low and the high. We did analyze all of the ranges to make sure that they were appropriate for our negotiated salaries. This is first reading. There is no public comment. Do I have a motion on 42?
I'll make a motion.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you. Mrs. Ballmiller?
Yes.
Ms. Lambert?
Yes.
Mr. McCaffrey?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
All matters listed under item consent agenda are considered to be routine by the municipal council and will be enacted by one motion in the form listed. Any items requiring expenditure supported by a certification of availability of funds and any item requiring discussion will be removed from the consent agenda and discussed separately. All consent agenda items will be reflected in full in the minutes. Resolution 203, awarding a contract to Shore Connection, Inc. for the 2023 Road Reconstruction Improvement Project, 5th Street and Borough Utility Replacement Project. Resolution 204, authorizing execution of a shared service agreement with the County of Ocean for participation in the Driving While Intoxicated Enforcement Program and Drug Recognition Expert Call-Out Program. Resolution 206, consenting to the issuance of amusement licenses for Mr. T's for the 2025 amusement games. Are there any items you'd like to discuss or remove?
No.
No.
Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Mrs. Ball Miller,
Yes.
Ms. Lambert,
Yes.
Mr. McCaffrey,
Yes.
Ms. Snyder.
Yes.
I have a bill list today in the amount of $3,204,244.14.
Motion to approve?
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Mrs. Ball Miller,
Yes.
Ms. Lambert,
Yes.
Mr. McCaffrey,
Yes.
Ms. Snyder.
Yes.
Okay, that's all the business I have. At this time, we'll open the floor for public comment. Come on up. State your name and address for the record. Anyone on Zoom wishing to be heard during public comment, if you could raise an electronic hand and turn your camera on, I'd appreciate it.
Real quick, Adam Elder, Fire Chief of Beach Haven, 100 South Bay Ave. So real quick, I know it's gonna be a quick meeting. Just want to thank you guys for all the work with the EOC project and everything. I know that we've talked about that. And we've been working on that. You know, everything that happened in Florida and everything. We want to make sure that everyone here in the community is prepared, and you guys are doing a great job. All the stuff that you worked on all year. I know that elections are coming up, so thank you guys for all the hard work this year, and good luck to everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other members of the public wish to be heard?
Lori Anderson, 1001 West Ave. On the the bonds for sewer system and the water system, you say throughout Beach Haven.
Mhm.
That's money. So, I mean, are we talking like all throughout Beach Haven?
It is a benefit. When we say that, it's an appropriation that benefits the entire municipality.
It doesn't mean every street's getting done.
No, no. When you look at the actual wording of the ordinance, it shows that our focus is going to be Bay Avenue and Amber Street.
Okay.
Good question.
All right. Seeing no other public comment.
I'd like to just say something. I mean, just if I could address one thing before we go into final remarks. I just, obviously I'm here on Zoom. I rarely am on Zoom. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to, I know there's been a lot of talking with all due respect to some of our members and known as the hometown team. And with all due respect, I disagree with you on the Zoom issue in terms of not allowing anyone to be on Zoom when they're a council member. I think that I'm at my mom, she's 98, things happen. I think that if you don't allow some members of boards and councils to be present on Zoom at sometimes, then you really limit the pool and the diversity of our potential land use boards and council members. And I want to, I know the mayor can't be there tonight. She has a very serious eye issue and she had an appointment, and I know she wanted to Zoom. At least that's what I was told, and I don't know what happened, but I'm sure that she's at the doctor. We can't just start pointing fingers at fellow members. I think that's unfair, and I just wanted to make my point clear. Zoom works very well. One of the only good things that came out of COVID that we see that it does work well, and it allows a lot of people to attend meetings and participate in meetings. That's it.
Kitty, thank you for that. I think there's a slight misunderstanding. Our concern is the fact that people are going away for extended periods of time and abusing the use of Zoom instead of being here representing the town. I believe if you read some of what we wrote, it said everybody does have illnesses, everybody has family matters, and everybody's entitled to some vacation time. It is the abuse of Zoom where people are going away for extended periods. And I think that's something that needs to be examined, especially because we're the only town on Long Beach Island that is allowing any member of any governing body to do this. And Zoom certainly is wonderful for all the people who would like to participate. It's not meant to be a total block if that's where we want to go, but it does need to be tightened up considerably. That's where we were coming from.
And therein lies where do you draw the line? I mean, it's something that we can talk about, but I think you have to be very careful so that it's not prejudicial. So.
I don't think it is prejudicial because, like I said, we're the only town doing it. So every other town seems to be thriving without it. I do think there are times when it does come in handy, but as a general rule, so people can go away and phone it in, that's where we were coming from.
I mean, again, one last thing, and we're a tourist driven economy. We have many residents who own businesses and work their, their tails off all summer long and are able to go away in the winter a little bit. And I know there are always people that take advantage and abuse it, and I agree with that. But I just want to be mindful of that. We have great potential in many of our residents who might want to join, and we'll need to zoom in January, so that's all I want to say. Thank you.
It's just one thing. My personal opinion is if you're going to be on Zoom, we are the ones making decisions for these people. And my personal opinion, it should be face to face. That's all I'm saying.
Thank you.
Face to face, but hardly anyone's at our meetings. So yeah, that sounds good. I understand. I hear you.
Okay, at this time, we'll close the floor to public comment and go for final remarks of council. Jamie?
I feel like we were just here. Wait, we were just here last week.
Yes, we were actually.
I don't have much to say. Thank you for the few of you that have made it tonight. The Beach Haven School has the Halloween parade tomorrow, starting at 5:30. The Long Beach Boulevard, Bay Avenue will be shut down for a brief period of time. So please come out and support your local school, followed by a trunk or treat at the school. And I got moved up to judge this year. I'm very thrilled to be the judge this year, and I'm looking forward to that. Good luck to all the council members and the 3 other residents that are vying for a seat up here on the DS. Good luck to you, and get out and vote.
Mike?
Covered a lot of things I was going to say, and so I'll just leave it as get out there and vote.
Mm-hmm. Colleen?
Well, ditto about the Halloween parade and the trunk or treat following right afterward, which is always kind of cool to go around and see how nicely they decorate. Also want to mention that the annual striped bass derby for the Shell is this weekend. And I'm sure if you're already if you're registered and you're good to go, but please come out on Sunday because the fundraiser this year goes toward the Borough Drone and Reclaim the Bay, 2 wonderful causes. And Saturday, there's a pet parade at 1 o'clock. As you already know, the voting is November 5th, October 26th to November 3rd is early voting over the Southern Ocean Resource Center in Manahawkin. That's the closest location. Just wanted to say happy Halloween. Drive carefully.
Kitty?
Yeah, a couple things. I thank you, Colleen, for mentioning the Striped Bass Derby. And yeah, Friends of Beach Haven is actually the recipient of the one of the lucky recipients of the money this year. And we are dedicating it directly, specifically to a drone, which is really great. I'm really proud of Friends of Beach Haven. Colleen and I attended a meeting, a follow-up meeting, the chowder cook-off, and it went well. I mean, couple of glitches, but not much. The chief didn't have many complaints. Chris Carson had 0 complaints. A few things they're going to iron out next year, but again, it was a great day for all. I would personally like to encourage everyone to vote in the November election. I especially hope, from me personally, that you consider voting yes for the open space referendum question. It's a personal choice, but a choice that I hope you can find it in your hearts to say for Beach Haven. Good luck to everyone running, and see you next time. Thank you.
Kitty, that was since you're not here, but I wanted to tell you, I just read your letter in the paper, and thank you for doing that about the.
Oh, thank you.
And I also support voting yes for the Green Acres.
Fingers crossed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, thank you so much. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion.
All right, thank you so much. Meeting adjourned. Have a great night.